cookies. So I am back, y'all. The kids are gone to school. And I'm just making my buddy some breakfast. He's still asleep. I'm gonna wake him up in a little bit because I gotta get my day started. But he don't too much like eggs and grits, and he just a meat eater. So I'm making him some sausages. He like bacon, sausages. He a meat eater. He like meat. You can fix him a whole plate of breakfast and he's only gonna eat the meat. So that's what I'm doing. Oh no, I messed that one up. But anyways, y'all, I was back there waiting on the kids to leave so I can have my little session with y'all. A lot of people ask me, why do I talk to my kids about everything? I get criticized for talking to my kids about stuff that other people think I shouldn't talk to my kids about. Well, hold on, let me go turn this TV down. Okay, I'm back. But yeah, as a parent, you can raise your kids how you want to raise your kids. There's no book of rules on how you should raise your kids. And some people say it's some stuff that kids shouldn't know. Well, maybe back in the day. But in today's time, in my opinion, and how I raise my kids, I feel like you should talk to your kids about everything. So they can be aware. You know, you're never too young because we have all kinds of stuff going on in this world. We have predators that feed on the young, okay? Prey on the young, rather say. And I think it's important to talk to your children about that. To know their body parts, to know if something is not right, to know if somebody is touching them. Because I was touched as a kid. And you're a child, you don't know what's going on. Somebody had to tell you that somebody's bothering you. You know, somebody had to tell you that that wasn't right. You getting touched and finding out when you get older that wasn't right. So yeah, talk to your kids about everything. I went to get my gun license, and yeah, I was terrified of guns. Okay, let me put this in there. I was terrified of guns, and I was like, oh no, I don't want to have a gun in the house because I have kids, and kids are very curious. So I figure if you don't talk to your kids about stuff, they're going to be curious anyway, and they're going to go find out on their own. Okay, so the class teacher was like, I asked the question like, what should I do? You know, I have a lockbox and stuff, you know, locked up away from the kids and stuff. And he was like, educate your kids about guns. So I took that message and used it in everyday life. Educate your kids about the world. Educate your kids about dangers. Let them know what's right. Let them know what's wrong. Because if anything happens to them, they'll know if it's right or wrong. Also with a gun, teach them all the dangers of a gun. What can happen if you use a gun? What can happen if you play with a gun? So they'll know that's danger. Stay away from it. You know, even though kids still play with stuff. As an adult, it's still your job to make sure it's safely put away. Don't have it laying out anywhere. And kids are curious. They don't know what they're doing. They think they just being cool. Drugs. Let them know about drugs and what happens when you use drugs. Let them know everything about drugs. Now, I'm not saying it's going to prevent them from using, but they will know the ins and outs about drugs. Okay? Also, sex. Let them know what happens. I tell my kids all the time. I got 5 of you. I had my first child when I was 17. I was getting ready to turn 18, but I had my first child at 17. My grandmother died and left me. I had no family. I had family, but I didn't have no support at all. I was staying with my baby daddy when my grandma died and his mother. I was miserable. I tell my kids all the time I was miserable. You know, there's no place like home. And when grandma died, there was no more home. I had to make my own home. When I got my first apartment, I had to make my own home. I had to make it feel like home, you know. So I tell them all the time, you go out here and get a baby at a young age. Who you think gonna watch that baby when you go to school? Who you think going to watch the baby while you go hang out with your friends? Who you think gonna watch the baby while you want to go to work? Anything. I'm not saying your life is completely over, but you have to make sacrifices. Oh, that got his cup. Been looking for that. He hit it. But yeah, you have to make sacrifices when you have another little life. A lot of people choose not to. Well, there's consequences to that too. Then you'll be on child support or got to go through classes. Or I tell my kids a lot of stuff, but I get backlash like, why you tell them that? They shouldn't know that. That's grown folks' business. Let me tell you something. I don't put up with disrespectful children. I told y'all this yesterday. Now, when grown folks talking, you get out their mouth. You go about your business. You don't interfere and you don't get loud. You don't be disrespectful. But far as me and my children, we're going to sit down. We're going to have a conversation. Or I stand up and walk around, whatever. They're going to hear me. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about our bodies. We're going to talk about everything that you can think of. And it's on my mind. And I feel like I want to share it with my children so they'll know. You know, it's not taking away their innocence. It's so they can be aware of what's going on. So when something happens, they already know. Okay, that's what Mama said. Mama told us about that right there. You feel me? And for people out there that's judging people, like I said yesterday, I don't care about what y'all talking about. It's y'all over here helping me take care of children and paying bills and doing what we need to be having done over here. No. People that have so much opinion about you and whatever you got going on are non-factors, okay? Their opinion are like assholes. Everybody have one. And it don't pay your bills. I was trying to tell my daughter yesterday, she came off the bus and she was so upset. She was saying that some boys was picking at her. Now, my daughter is pretty, you know, and she's starting to get a little fill out or whatever. I said, if they picking on you, they probably like you. She said they told her she had a mustache. And I had to look really, really close and like, girl, please, you got some little peach fuzz around your whole face. Tell them that, you know, they don't have a mustache and they just jealous or whatever. Just don't let it get to you. Stop worrying about what people say. And I know you're in school and stuff, but I try to teach them to live and enjoy life and don't let people bring you down. Don't get upset because somebody picking at you. They make a joke, you make a joke. They say something about your mama. Mama is not worried about it. Brush it off. My girl's been into it with boys on the bus all year, y'all, because the boys are flirty and, oh, your mama look good. Ooh, you know, they get upset about their mama now. They don't play about their mama. I said, y'all just ignore it. Just ignore it. You know, tell your mama come outside and wave. And they are very emotional and sensitive and stuff. But I try to teach them, don't worry about what people say about you. Don't hang around those kind of people that have so much opinion about you or whatever. If you want to do something in life, do it. You want to start a business, do it. You want to buy a house, do it. And stop telling everybody your good news because everybody's not proud of you. Everybody do not want to see you do good. They will tell you, oh, for example, I want to start a business. And I go tell somebody, you know, because I'm excited, I'm happy, and I'm like, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm about to start this business. And the people you tell, like, okay, that's good, but how you going to do that? How you going to start a business? How you got all them children, how you going to do this? How you going to do that? And I always prove them wrong. Don't tell me I can't do it because I'm going to show you I can. I always prove them wrong. Somebody told me, I don't like to put people's names out here. I always say somebody, but I know who the somebody is. I'll never forget how somebody told me, I never walked that stage because I was pregnant. I never walked that stage. I never graduated. And that stuck with me for a long time. Stuff y'all say to people, you might not know it, but it hits them. It hits them and it sticks with them. It stuck with me for a long time. I was a teenager then. I hadn't even had my baby yet, my first baby. And it made me kind of depressed, like, darn. Every time I tried to go to school, I didn't have a babysitter, or I would be going, I'd be doing good. Then somebody decided not to watch my child, and it was always some crazy mess going on that was holding me back, and I was like, I'm just going to stop. I had a problem with starting stuff and didn't want to finish it because it was always stuff going on. I was like, you know what, I'm just going to take care of my own. I make sure my own is straight, everything is good over here, and I'll just worry about school later. I ain't worried about it. It got to the point where I really started believing that I never walked that stage. And at this point, I'm grown now. And I'm like, I got to walk it. That was my passion. Like, I had to do it. So like I said, I got that tablet, that broke tablet, one of my kids' tablets. I had 2 kids by now. One of their tablets, it was broke. The charger port was messed up. Wind that card up, charged it. And the days that it did charge, I made sure I worked until the thing went dead because I knew for a fact it was going to take another 2 days for that thing to charge back up. Now, that's determination. People want to get where you are, but they don't want to put the work in that you put in to get there. So why would you listen to what somebody say about you and how you raise your kids or how you run your household or where you at today? Why would you listen to them? Only people you listen to that are doing better than you and that's trying to encourage you to do better about yourself. Surround me with good, supportive women, mommies that want to see other people do good, that's doing great and wants to climb up and want to take advice from other people as well, you know, that's doing better than them. Surround me with those kind of people. Because how I raise my children, talk to my kids, how I run my household, how I do whatever, that's what I want to do. I don't care what you're talking about. You got some better ideas for me? Yeah, I'll listen. I will listen, take notes. I listen. I'm not a perfect person. Not ever trying to be a perfect person or whatever. But don't you ever let nobody tell you something. Oh, I thought somebody was out there. Because, baby, they know not to come to my house uninvited. Because I will sit here and look at the camera like I don't see you. Keep a knocking, but you can't come in. But, yeah, so don't ever let nobody put you down and tell you something. Because a lot of people that's tearing other people down, like I said yesterday, they don't feel good about themselves. So tearing you down makes them feel good. Makes them feel like they're doing something. In reality, they ain't, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I talk to my kids. My kids know my struggles. I let my kids know what I have been through. I'm like, y'all don't want to go through that. That's why I have to work hard so y'all don't have to go through that. I want y'all to be able to go to school if you want to go to school. My son put a note on my wall in there. He wants a to-do list for himself, you know. And I told him he should have put it on his own wall. Write the vision and make it plain. Write down what you want to do and make it happen. Keep reading it every morning. But he put it on my wall for me to read it like, baby, I can give you the tools, but I can't make you use them, okay? I can't make you use them. My daughters, like, they love their mommy so much, but I just really don't want them to have a baby at an early age. Oh, my boy, like, he said he ain't going for that because he the oldest, and he said they done got his nerves so bad. He ain't with it. That's what he say. That's what he say. But I said that too. But I knew I wanted a lot of kids. I wanted a lot of kids, and I might even want one more. But the last one really scared the hell out of me. I really thought I was going to die. So when my grandma died, I feel like the whole family split, you know. And you don't get that love and affection and attention and stuff. So I really wanted a family. I built my own family, you know, and I get that love and stuff. And I have to teach my kids, when they say everybody ain't your friend, everybody ain't your partner, that goes for family too. Everybody not going to support you. You don't have that big old village and support team. Don't go out here and make no children. You think mama about her mama? I'm going out. No! I've been in the house for a long time. I told you I've been doing work, school, everything in the house. No. Because when this baby go to school this year, mama is going outside and she going to be busy as a bee. Queen bee. Okay? We getting the ball on the road. And I want y'all to be able to live y'all lives and travel and have fun and explore. You know, even when we stayed in the hood, government assisted apartments and stuff. Like, I hate apartments. Even the one that wasn't government assisted, it was still like the hood. I never let my kids go outside. If they did, they was in front of the door and I was right there with them. Kids was walking around smoking their mama's weed and stuff, and sometimes kids would be outside all night long. I'll never forget. Was it Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve? I think it was Christmas Eve, yeah, because I can remember having my pajamas on, and my older sister was there. We was making gingerbread houses. Kids had went to bed. Their dad came over, and he was like, you know, it's kids outside. I said, yeah, I'm not surprised. They were little kids in diapers. And it was 2 little ones, and it was like maybe a 5 or 6 year old. It was midnight. It was 12 o'clock. No adult in sight. I knew right then, like, no, my kids, I'm not saying my kids are better than nobody, but I wanted to make sure that my kids didn't think it was okay because other people let their children do whatever. And I have to keep reminding my kids, that's how they raise their children. Like, I've been told my whole life I've been so hard on my kids. They're going to appreciate it. They're going to, the way they act now, of course, they teens and stuff, they got their own little ways. But it's because I kept them out of a lot of mess. They didn't even go to school with the kids out there. They went to school from their dad's house, and I would get up, y'all, and make sure I took them every morning and picked them up every afternoon, away across town. Way across town. I don't care what people say. I don't care that they said I'm hard on my kids. I don't care that they say loosen up. And most of the people say loosen up. Your kids already done dropped out of school. You know, kids already popping it and doing all kind of stuff. Y'all should have tightened up that handle a little bit more. But like I said, I'm not judging people. You know, don't judge me. No parent is perfect. Do what you want to do. Because y'all opinions do not pay my bills. I want to still take charge of my household. I'm not letting my children run them because I got to be mama and daddy inside this house. Then when you go to your daddy's house, that's a different story. But I got to be mama and daddy inside this house. It won't be no, they used to try to play me against their daddy. I say no, they go to their daddy. But the daddy be like, ask your mama. So, I just let y'all know it's okay to talk to your kids about whatever you want to talk to your kids about so they can be aware of their surroundings. When I go to the bank, you know what I do? I tell my kids to be quiet. I turn the radio down. So that's teaching them to pay attention to your surroundings while you at this ATM. I've been doing this, excuse me, been doing this since they've been kids. I teach my son and my daughter how to cut the grass. Keep your yard clean. Keep your porch out of clutter. Y'all got candy paper on the porch. Pick that up. Sweep the porch out. We in this kitchen all the time. I'm making them cook. I'm not too hard on my kids. I'm teaching them how to handle life. If something happened to me today, they're going to know, okay, mama taught me this. I know how to do this. Prepare your kids. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me I'm too hard. Let kids be kids. My kids be kids. But we're going to have some lessons, and we're going to talk about some things. And we're going to talk about the birds and the bees. We're going to talk about cycles, and we're going to talk about everything. We're going to talk about how to say, look at me, I'm hairy too. And I know my eyebrows messed up, but I'm really letting them grow back in because they need to be full before I go get them waxed off because they was messed up. But who cares? I don't care if you talk about my eyebrows or my hair. I don't care. You know? And y'all shouldn't either. Also, another thing I want to talk about today before I go, because I am finna go, is take care of yourselves, all y'all. But I be speaking mostly to my mommies because I'm a mommy. But this is for everybody. It could apply to everybody. Make sure y'all have time for yourself. Do for yourself. Do something for yourself. If you're so busy taking care of everybody else, who gonna take care of you? Make sure even if you just buy yourself a coffee. Make sure if you just go out and just get some fresh air, get you some alone time. Take care of you. Get you some sleep. Go buy you a little handbag or go buy you a meal and sit down and meditate and think to yourself. Peace feels good. A peace of mind feels good. I go to the gym, y'all, and that's my peace of mind. I'm be on that machine and I'm just zoned out. I'm somewhere else. That's my peace of mind. Take care of you first. How you gonna hold the household down if you not taken care of? How you gonna do anything for anybody else if you burnt out? You have to take care of yourself. What my cup say, y'all? I love this cup. And yeah, I got this cup from Rose. I think I told y'all that. Rose, yeah. I'm gonna go look for some more because I really love this cup. She needed a superhero, so she became her own superhero. Take care of yourself first. Stop letting people run you raggedy. It's okay to say no. Talk about it again later too. But it's okay to say no. Say no. I can't do it right now. I'm busy. I got other things to do. Say no. Take care of you. I know some people like to go buy people gifts or, make sure they're straight. And then at the end of the day, they looking like, darn, I ain't got enough for myself. You mad at yourself, but you smiling in other people's face, making sure they straight. No. You let people come stay in your house when they ain't got nowhere to stay, but when you ain't got nowhere to stay, you can't stay at their house. Take care of yourself. Learn to say no. Love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. See y'all tomorrow.